Informal or formative assessments are used constantly in adult training. Informal assessments are casual, observation-based tools that assess and provide feedback during the learning process. Informal assessments allow trainers to get a feel for employee progress and identify areas in which more instruction may be needed. They help trainers pinpoint trainees' strengths and weaknesses, identify learners who need more practice, and guide future instruction. Using various types of informal assessments can help engage adults in their learning. Let's take a look at 4 common informal assessments, how they are used in adult training, and the types of ed tech that benefit trainers and learners. Observation is vital to many informal assessments, but it is also a key standalone method. Watching trainees throughout the day, a trainer is able to monitor excitement, frustration, boredom, and engagement. Observation may include watching, listening, and documenting learner performance. One weakness of observation as an informal assessment is any prejudices or stereotypes within the person administering the assessment. One of the main strengths of using observation is that facilitators can do it all the time without a lot of planning and expense. Observations are not stressful for learners because they often do not realize they are undergoing an assessment. The facilitator receives immediate feedback about the topic and can plan future study accordingly. Post-it notes, checklists, and forms are some low-tech options for facilitators to use when making observations. Ed tech that can facilitate this process includes Google Forms, Microsoft Excel spreadsheets, and using small mobile and handheld devices in the classroom. Response cards are used to keep learners engaged while the facilitator makes a quick check for understanding. One drawback of using response cards is that some students may wait to show their answer until after they look at other classmates' cards. This does not give the facilitator a true reading of everyone's reply. An example of ed tech that may be used similarly to response cards is Plickers. Since all Plickers cards are different, it is not easy for students to copy their answers from their peers. However, a disadvantage of Plickers is its reliance on a smart device. Games are popular in classrooms because they engage students and allow the facilitator to informally assess students' abilities. Games even work well in adult training environments since they help learners understand new concepts and expose them to different perspectives. Popular low-tech classroom games include Pictionary, Hangman, and charades. Using technology for classroom games creates more excitement and enthusiasm for the activity. Games that work well for adult training and incorporate technology include online versions of Jeopardy and a quiz-like game called Kahoot. Drawbacks of using EdTech for gameplay include reliance on technology and in some cases the need for all learners to have their own mobile device. Short quizzes can provide learners with an assessment of their knowledge and let them know which course content requires more of their attention. Online quizzes administered through a learning management system can provide immediate feedback and prompt students to correct answers. Other online quiz options that work well for adult training include Quizlet, a program which allows learners to create their own flashcards, and Poll Everywhere, which allows the facilitator to gather live responses to guide further instruction. Quizzes have the disadvantage of making learners nervous if they do not test well. Other disadvantages of online quizzes are, again, the need for a reliable internet connection and the need for each learner to have a smart device. Informal assessments are what teachers and trainers use every day to evaluate the progress of learners. Informal assessments come in many types such as observation, response cards, games, and quizzes. The benefits of informal assessments are that they give facilitators and learners a quick gauge of their learning. They don't take much prep, planning, or classroom time. They are not graded and they may or may not even be formally documented. Since there are not usually formal summative assessments in adult training, informal assessments are a great way, and in most cases the only way, to know which employees require more training or support as they enter their work areas. For more information about free PowerPoints, images, and how informal assessments can work for you, check out these resources.